Hello and welcome to KSP 1.1, something a little different today. First we're going to take a look at the TR6 18V1, which, as you might be able to guess, or maybe not, I don't know. It's a, what's it called? Like a thruster powered, oh, it doesn't say on the thing. I forget what this is called. A turbo shaft. Okay, yeah, it's a turbo shaft. It's a, using the jet engines in KSP to make a turboprop, essentially, like literally out of stock parts, which is kind of funny. And, let's go ahead and try it out. Apparently works just fine, although it was built in the KSP 1.1 pre-release, so it might not be that simple. Ooh. Ooh, that started spinning really fast. That started spinning pretty quickly. Wow. Yeah, that's generating a good amount of lift, good amount of drag. So as you can see, essentially how it works is that we have wheels in here, whatchamacallit, yeah, just like standard wheels that are all around the shaft, and the shaft is a, looks like it's a solid rocket booster, probably without any fuel in it, and it's got these little thrust plates on it, and then we aim the thrusters at the thrust plates to get it to rotate. You can see it capped at the end. We have a, whatchamacallit, a docking port, so that you can have it held together in the SPH, because else it wouldn't work, and then you just disconnect that, and it has these two little landing gear here that kind of force it out into the correct position, and then it starts rotating. And as you can see here, we got some other tiny little landing gear that are turned sideways to keep it in the right position. And otherwise, it's, yeah, I mean, that's how it's held in place. It's pretty stable. We got a decent amount of fuel in here, although it does go through the fuel quite quickly, and it's not as effective as actually using the engines, but that is not the point of this. The point of this is it's a cool engine. Oh, shit. Okay, going full throttle has... looks like it's overheated the main shaft. Yeah. So let's revert that. Alright, here we are. Now it says 2 toggles the toggles the blowers. Okay, toggles the engines. 3 toggles afterburners. So we can, wow. That does not look healthy for it, and yeah, I was pretty sure that was about to happen just then. Alright, so it looks like on the default throttle, it works alright. But once you start going faster than that, it starts to have problems. Alright, let's take a look at it from this perspective. Because essentially what's happening is, oh, yeah, it's bouncing around a little bit. I was going to say, because essentially I think what was happening was it wasn't bouncing around at low throttle, but then it started bouncing around. But actually, it looks like it bounces around a little bit even at this lower throttle. So let's go up to 2/3 throttle and see if it handles that. Again, let's turn on aerodynamic forces, and actually let's turn on the temperature overlay as well. Which, I don't understand the temperature overlay, because everything is red every time I use the temperature overlay. Like, it doesn't actually seem to help. Looks like everything's holding together rather stably. Let's try throttling up just a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. It's starting to really develop an oscillation in there. Still holding together. This is definitely probably the limit, though. Let's turn it up just a little bit more. And still oscillating quite a lot. Let's take a look at one of these engines so we can have a good look at how much it's actually producing thrust, and that was definitely too much. So at 59 kilonewtons of thrust, we overheat the system, and yeah, we've actually lost some engines. So let's go ahead and full throttle, and whoops, wrong button. Toggle the afterburners, and let's see how long it takes to blow up the rest of the thing from just having too much heat shooting through. Looks like all the engines are offset slightly so that the heat from them goes just past the other engines, at least as much as possible. That's an interesting sound. It sounds like a rocket engine. This could be a medieval torture device. Look at that. Wow. Of course, that's not all we're here to take a look at today. We're also going to take a quick look at 2 planes that were actually sent in for the plane reviews. This is the Globetrotter by M. Samuels. Well, that was the email address name, so I figured that is the name since he didn't say anything else. Yes, we got some struts and stuff. I'm not sure if this was made for 1.1 or not. Probably No, it was. There's no, well, actually, wait, hold up. No, it was not. Okay, well, in any case, we're gonna try it in 1.1 anyhow, because why not? Alright, here we are on the runway. Don't know if it always stuck that badly on the ground. The wobble is caused by the new wheel physics in 1.1, so don't blame the craft creator. That is, oh god, they're trying to clip through the ground. Yeah, this is a problem I've had continuously with landing gear in 1.1, and we've lost one, but that doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and take off anyhow. And immediately crash. Yeah, so that I will definitely have to take back to 1.0.5 and do it there. He also sent in a craft called the Maverick. Let's see if we have any more luck getting this to fly. Alright, so this has a much wider wheelbase, so I think the problems that the landing gear sometimes have might not be as much of a problem on this one. I do like that he put the afterburners on Action Group 1. That's what I'm used to, so kind of helps. Oh god, wow. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. The landing gear in 1.1 have some serious issues despite, I mean, this is the release version, you know, no more little banner that says pre-release. This is definitely... Oh dear. Yeah. We had that broken for a long time, and I mean, I finally had fixed it, and... Well, shit. Alright, let's take a quick look at that. Yes, yes, very nice. And we'll try it one more time. I like how it starts out by going backwards on the runway, because that makes no freaking sense. Alright. It does have little, I don't know if these are supposed to be... Yep, they're fuel tanks. I was going to say, I don't know if they're supposed to be fuel tanks or drop tanks. I believe... Yes, this has crossfeed on it. I always forgot. I don't remember when they added decoupler crossfeed. I believe it was in 1.0.5, but I'm not sure. But definitely great that they did. Alright. Flying at a decent speed. Not the fastest, but a decent speed. Go ahead and pull up. Nice. Pulls up pretty quickly while remaining completely stable. Like, this isn't one of those crafts that it's so, what's the word? Like, maneuverable, where it'll just kind of jitter when you pull the controls. Like this one, it pulls, and then it only has a tiny bit of fallback. That is cool. By fallback, I mean the fact that, like, when you pull up really hard, when the craft isn't, like, ready for it, how oftentimes it'll kind of, for a moment, fall. It'll pull up harder than it actually can, and then it'll fall back a little bit towards the hardest it can steadily pull up. And this doesn't have that nearly as much as other craft. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and drop those. And clip the wing. Alright. Alright, so now we're going to very carefully survive this. See? Everything's fine. Alright, so now for the most important design of today. We have the Space Turtle, which is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a space turtle. It has a giant freaking engine. How many engines are on this thing? I imagine it can actually get to space, but I think it would be more amusing to try the different things on board without actually going to space. Let's go ahead and launch it. Alright, this was created by Space Academy, and in case you didn't... Well, I'm just going to say, yeah, it wasn't sent in. I just found this, and I thought it was really funny, and I've been wanting to check it out for a while. This is a 1.0.5 craft, I believe. Should be. Oh my god, those landing gear do not like existing. Those landing gear do not like existing. Wow, really? Good job, KSC. Well, might as well fire the, solid rocket boosters. And, wow. Fire the remaining engine! Go! And it blew up. So, yeah, successful takeoff. Seriously. Seriously, come on, guys. The new wheel physics were supposed to be amazing. In their defense, this was built in an old version, so maybe that is why it is screwing up so much. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll have to try that in the other version as well. Since so many of these things for the old version are screwing up, I'm going to skip ahead to this behemoth. Remember this? Yeah, this is in the a couple plane reviews back, or the last one, I don't really remember which, and it was fucking insane, and had issues. So I want to go ahead and finish strutting it up, as in work on, is that the, yeah, there we go, get the struts off of there. Basically, I'm going to see if I can, come on, get that, okay. Essentially, I'm going to see if I can get this thing to hold together by strutting both sides completely. And so we're going to try and do that. by putting these bracers down the side. And if we can get this to take off in 1.1, that would be amazing. And then I'm not sure exactly what we'd do from there, but it would be very cool to just get it to take off. Oh yes, I do know what we would do. We would, of course, blow the struts right off of it and see how well it flies without them. Alright, well, we've tried to give it more stability. Let's see if this goes any better than last time. Wait, fuck 2! Yeah! Oh wait, you know what? I need to take all those decouplers I just added and forget that you can't move them together like that anymore. That's unfortunate. Like, there's just these little tiny issues that have come up since 1.1, which is unfortunate. But yes. Alright, here we are on the runway, bouncing a little bit. Alright, at least so far, it seems to be holding together. I'm going to go ahead and hit Alt-L so I don't accidentally break its spine until we're in the air. And going to go ahead and just kind of throttle up slowly. Well, throttle up as quickly as you can, actually. I mean, I'm at max throttle. I'm just spooling up, waiting for the engines. Yes. Okay, starting to develop a slight side-to-side oscillation. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling up and see if we can get into the air before that becomes too severe. Okay. I'm yawing as hard as I can from time to time, trying to reduce that oscillation. And overall, things seem to be okay. We are approaching kind of dangerously close to the edge here. We might, looks like we're going to go off the side of the runway here. I don't remember if this thing can get off the ground without... Oh, we are off the ground. Okay. Whoa, let me pull up again a little bit because we started to pitch down. Alright. We are in the air. We are retracting the landing gear. I'm going to wait for the landing gear to go up before I decouple all the spine. But this thing did manage to take off, so that's a good sign. Alright, oh yeah, I have to Alt-L to unlock the stage. Okay, here goes. Yeah, I figured a lot of that would explode as it fell off. We got a couple pieces still on. Okay, looks like everything with the exception of this one piece on the back here has fallen off. So we're all good there. Alright, I believe we might have lost a bit of wing. Oops, that's the wrong button. I was actually trying to hit this one. So let's see, advanced nose cone heated. A bunch of stuff was heated, radial decoupler collided, advanced nose cone heated, radial decouplers colliding, heats, struts colliding, air brakes colliding, I-beams colliding. And then a bunch of things heated. So it looks like we didn't actually lose anything. Is that right? I think we didn't actually lose anything. The only thing that might have been lost was one of these nose cone bits, but it looks like they're all there still. They're all fine. Oh yeah, the air brakes. There was an air brake that hit something. Looks like... Oh, we did lose an air brake on the right side. Okay, so we did lose an air brake. Right, so... Should we try pulling up as hard as we can first, or should we try a landing? What do you think we should try? I'm thinking pull up as hard as we can. Just watch the whole thing curve quite dramatically as we do that. And lose speed quite dramatically, because obviously this thing's not meant to do this. And I'm not sure it can. But we're going to follow through with it anyhow, because I think actually we're going to be alright here. We're losing We're losing speed quite severely. But we're also pulling over. And we're starting to gain speed again. Yeah. Alright, that thing can do a backflip. Alright. So the really difficult part of this is going to be landing it. Which I'm not sure I want to try to do. And I know it's... Oh, hey, we lost that piece finally. There we go. That last little bit. Wow, that other stuff is still falling. Either that or it already collided with the ocean and is... No, wait, yeah, it's definitely on the ground now. It's just... survived the impact and is actually probably sunk. Alright, so this thing does have a bit of oscillation in the air. and it does tend to, like, one thing it does, which is kind of interesting, is it, like, will try to follow the nose. Like, the nose will pitch somewhere before the rest of the plane, and it'll follow the nose, because the aerodynamic surfaces that make up the majority of the plane actually have quite a bit of sway in which way it's going to go. See up front? See, we have so many of those aerodynamic forces that it'll, like, see, we're sideways now, and that's actually really bad. Like, we're developing quite a bit of side slip, and me flipping it was the worst thing I could have done. And, it's just decided to shed its wings. Alright, so, it's probably not good. Probably not good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hold it up and make it to the water. Because if we can make it to the water... Oh yeah, we do have those tiny engines on board. Yeah, but if we can make it to the water, we have a much higher chance of survival. So I'm just going to kind of try and keep us flying as much as I can right now. Obviously, we're slowing down quite badly. The engines have impacted the ground now. Alright. Looks like at our current descent, we are definitely going to make it to the water, quite comfortably in fact. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to drop the nose a little bit and just kind of see, like, we're keeping around 50 meters per second. We don't want to hit the water too fast, even though we do have a higher chance of surviving a water impact. So I'm actually going to let it dip just a little bit, and so we're going to gain a little bit of speed. I don't want to let it dip too much, and what I'll do is, as we get closer, I'll cut the remaining engines, which I don't even know if they're actually giving us any thrust, or if they're just colliding with whatever they're inside and not producing anything. But essentially, I'm just going to kind of let us fall at this rate, and then I'll try and pull up right as we're getting very close, and hopefully land on the back, on the belly, and we should have a better chance of survival with that. Alright, 150 meters, cutting throttle, waiting till 100 meters, pitching up, pulling up as hard as I can, and looks like I timed that just about right. Alright, there we go. We didn't even lose structural integrity on that landing. That was very nice, if I do say so myself. Alright. Well, we did get this thing to fly. I will release a new version of it that can fly now. One last thing we're going to do here today. If you remember, there was the Su-34 here that kept exploding spontaneously sometime shortly after liftoff when I was trying it out before. That was in the 1.1 pre-release. Now that we're in the 1.1 release, maybe it'll work. Alright. Here we are, here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot it detaches those just before liftoff. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but yeah, we leave a nice little debris trail. Go ahead and take a look at aerodynamic forces, temperature. Looks like everything's fine. I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna try to worry about any of that stuff. I'm just gonna see if we can get into the air, and then if we can, we're gonna be golden. Is that Su-34 Frogfoot? I don't remember. All right, so we are in the air. So that's a good sign. Now, previously, when it went bad, it was when I pulled up. So I'm trying not to pull up too much right now. I'm just trying to keep it in the air without pulling up. And that said, I think it's time to pull up. Looks like everything is running just fine. Yeah. All right. Definitely working. Very cool. Yeah. I didn't really get to enjoy flying this last time because it kept spontaneously exploding. I have to be honest, I was kind of hoping it would, just because that would be kind of funny. But I'm glad it didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah. Very nice. Yeah, it's a bit slow, but it turns quite nice. Alright, can do a fairly good amount of side slip thanks to those very large rudders. It has a nice roll rate even at this low speed. It's not the best roll rate, but it's pretty good considering what we're dealing with right now. Ooh, let's dodge the flag there. Alright, definitely very nice. Let's see how well it comes in for a landing. Oops, not quite like that, but alright, touchdown. I didn't even notice we touched down for a moment because I'm used to, you know, hearing the wheel brakes, or hearing the wheels screech when they hit the ground. And this is, what mod does that? I don't remember. Collision effects, I believe. And we don't have that. So unfortunately, none of that. Alright, there we go. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in space with more shenanigans.